Hey all, in this tutorial we'll be going over assemblies and setting materials and appearances in Creo. The assembly we're going to be working on is a hinge, and the information is here. It's going to be on canvas. I've already gone ahead and created my parts. I have my parts open here in Creo. I have part 1, 2, and 3. I've gone ahead and put the appearances in material for the third, the second parts, but the first part I'll go ahead and put the material and set the appearances for. Looking at my specifications on canvas, I'm going to know that my part names need to be labeled as such, part name and the common name. In addition, I have listed the material that needs to be set. These are all brass fixtures. So this is the left hinge. I have not set the material or the appearance for this hinge. To do that, I'm going to go to File, Prepare, Model Properties. Material is not assigned at the top. We're going to change that. We're going to set it to brass. Move it over. Yes. It is now the material of the part. Click OK. The next we want to set the appearance, which will be under View. We have the appearance gallery here, and we're just going to search brass. And they have different finishes and stuff. I'm just going to click this one. I can actually paint the individual faces of the part, or I can just select the entire part and click OK up here in the top right, and the whole part becomes brass, that color. I'm going to save this. I now need to create an assembly. To create an assembly, after having all my 3 parts, I'm going to go to File, New. I'm going to need to select Assembly. I am going to be naming this assembly as listed here in Canvas. And then common name is brass hinge. Okay, then assembly. Click OK. Okay, in this assembly, what the assembly does is it allows you to put multiple parts together. I'm going to go ahead and select my first part. Your assembly has its own planes as well. Okay. Assembly planes are going to be separate from the part planes. I'm going to put this back to isometric. Okay, I want to assemble on my front plane. I'm going to hit Assemble. I'm going to go to Hinge, Part 1. I'm going to drop my Part 1 just over here for now. Okay, now I want my Part 1 to be fixed. It's never going to move. So I'm going to change the reference from automatic to default. That means the planes of the part and the planes of the assembly are going to be identical. So the top plane of the part and the top plane of the assembly are going to be identical. The front plane of the part, the front plane of the assembly are going to be identical, and so on. That one's set. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to turn off the planes now to make my life easier. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the second part. And I'm just going to kind of place it in reference near the first left hinge. So there's my right hinge. I'm placing it. I now need to constrain my left hinge and my right hinge together. To do that, you can constrain planes of different parts and assemblies together, or you can also do surfaces. I'm going to use surfaces in this case. I'm going to select this surface here is going to be in the same line as this surface. So now they are coincidence. So in other words, those surfaces are going to be lined up together. I want the bottom of this hinge to line up with the bottom of the right hinge. Okay, so now they're in the same plane. And then the last thing I want to do is make the holes concentric. I will select the hole of the left hinge and the hole of the right hinge, and they will be concentric. They're a coincidence, but they're also concentric at the same time. That's set. Done. It's fully constrained. Okay? That's what we're looking for, fully constrained. Click OK. Now we have to add the third part, which is the pin. I will insert the pin, assemble, hinge the pin, drop that there. This hinge is going to be going into the hole, and then this face and this face are going to be coincidence. Now we are fully constrained. Click OK, and we are done. I'm going to go ahead and save. Put the assembly in the same hinge folder, and we're all done.